This episode of Playing on a Budget is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 source of games and gaming accessories, and by GatheringMagic.com, the #1 source of Magic the Gathering news and articles. Hi there, it's Kevin with Gathering Magic and CoolStuffInc.com, here with another episode of Playing on a Budget. This week we are piloting a mono-green Beats deck, and we have it before you here at Cool Stuff Inc. This will cost you around $60.52 for all of the rares and uncommons that cost more than bulk. Right here off the bat here, the most expensive card in the deck is going to be a Nylea of God of the Hunt at $5. Or actually, the one of Nyxthos Shrine of Nyx at $9. But you can see the rest of the deck is very, very inexpensive at like bulk rares with Reverent Hunters and Wild Beastmasters. The Mistcutter Hydras at $3. The Sages at about $1.25. The Experiments at $2, and the Burning-Tree Emissary at $2.50. Boon Satyr as well at $2.50. So it comes out to $60.52. Haven't included the basic lands or the commons, as those you can pick up out of bulk piles after a draft, and very easy to find from your friends. So let's just go to the actual list here. We'll pull it up on MTGO, and so here we go. We have it pulled up here. We are running a total of 20 lands. That's all you need in this deck because we are curving out at 4 for Nylea, God of the Hunt. Boon Satyr kind of feels like a 5, but you're usually going to cast it for 3. So what we have is our 1-drops. We have 4 of Dryad Militants and 4 of Experiment 1s. So we're going to try to barf out our hand as quick as possible to make our Aspect of Hydras lethal on turn 4 or turn 5. That's the ideal hand, is to actually get an Aspect of Hydra. Now at our 2-drop, it's very loaded, as we have Swordwise Centaurs, which are 3/2s for 2. We have Kalonian Tuskers, which are 3/3s for 3, and we have Sages, which are 1/2s for 2, but evolve off basically everything in the deck except for Experiment 1s and Reverent Hunters. Then we also have the Burning-Tree Emissaries, which the reason why I'm including them is they can go Burning-Tree, which is an awesome draw, or you can actually go Burning-Tree into Brushstrider off an Experiment 1 and actually have a 3/3 Experiment 1 on turn 2. And it's also very good to like go first turn Experiment 1, second turn Sage, evolve the Sage, and then you can go Burning-Tree Emissary, which will evolve the evolve the Experiment 1, and then Burning-Tree Emissary, which will evolve the Gyre Sage, and then you can actually cast like a Reverent Hunter, and you have like a 6/6 Reverent Hunter, and well 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6/6 Reverent Hunter, as well as a 2/2 Experiment 1, 2/2 Burning-Tree Emissary, and 2/2 Sage. Or 2/3 Sage. And you can even go crazier draws than that, and on turn 3 have 2 Experiment 1s before into like Burning-Tree Emissary, Brushstrider, and on turn 3, and or even like a first turn Experiment 1 into turn 2, Experiment 1, then Dryad Militant into turn 3, you go into like a Boon Satyr, and you have a 2/3/3 Experiment 1s and a 2/1 Dryad Militant that are attacking on turn 3 for 8 damage. So again, and then you throw in like an aspect of Hydra into the mix, and you've got some pretty insane draws. So anyway, onto the sideboard, which is definitely, you can customize this depending on your metagame. Since the Boros Burn is everywhere, we're including a lot of hate for Boros Burn. We're including one of Bow of Nylea, which can gain 3 life per turn. 2 times the feeds, which can take out their Satyrs, the Satyr Fire Drinkers, or the ones that actually, when they do damage to you, they do damage to your creature. And then 2 of Nylea's Disciple. In this deck just gain an insane amount of life, and with the amount of just big creatures you have to begin with, you're a pretty good match against Boros Burn. We have 1 of Enlarge to use against like the mono blue lists or anything else that clogs up the board like monsters, as an Enlarge hooked up to one of our guys gives him trample and must be blocked, which a lot of times is very, very good. If you have a Bow of Nylea out, the Death Touch is huge with trample, or if you have even like the Wild Beastmaster, you can hook up and Enlarge to Wild Beastmaster and then swing for insane amounts of damage as you're giving all your other creatures +8/+8. Now the Mortars, Resolves, and Rangers Guiles are in here for mono black, as giving them either indestructible or hexproof is huge. And the Bramblecrush is in here for any sort of 3-color deck or the Esper lists or any sort of Planeswalker deck, as this can either kill their mana source for their if they're a 3-color deck, you can lock them out of a color, or you can actually kill a Planeswalker with Bramblecrush. So Bramblecrush is awesome, definitely an include in this deck list. And we have 2 of Mistcutter Hydras for the Esper list or for the mono blue list. Overall, I really like this list. I've playtested it a little bit already. It's been doing very well. Hopefully it gets a good showing here for the Playing on the Budget matchups. This has been Kevin with Gathering Magic and CoolStuffInc.com. Thanks for watching.